Hey, appreciate all you guys coming. Hey, great day like that. Hey, a couple things to get us started with is, the most important thing is these players. It's just incredible how they work, how they come to practice every day, their character. Guys, they've been through a lot. There's been some lack of success. There's been changes of coaches at the head coach level, the defensive coordinator level. There's been tough losses. There's been some rough half times, all those sides, sometimes on one side of the ball, the other side of the ball. Wow, have these players responded. And there never was a time before either that they didn't do that. So I can't tell you how proud I am to be a coach at Nebraska, to be able to coach these players, because they are ridiculous on how hard they try and what they do. So that's first thing. Next thing is the coaching staff defensively. I mean, the situation that they've been put in is very difficult, and they have responded above and beyond. I mean, really, really responded above and beyond for us in that spot. So I couldn't be prouder of the assistant coaches and the analysts, how they've reacted to the position that I was put in. I kind of feel like it's a Jake and Elwood, the Blues Brothers, on putting the band back together. So we're kind of trying to get everybody organized and get everybody ready to go at that. But boy, have they responded. And the players responded so well for us. I think an advantage has been for the spot that I'm in. And it's not a tough spot. I don't have to. I get to. It's a great opportunity. So it's not a tough spot. Everybody's, it's a tough spot. Yeah, my ass. It's not a tough spot. Just go out and coach. That's what you signed up to do. So it's not a big deal. But the positive about it is that I was around these guys. So I've coached the O-line when they're in the score team on the field goal team. I've coached D-line when they're on field goal block. I've coached all these positions. So I've been around the team for a long time. So everyone knows who I am. Everybody knows who's been in the rooms with me. They kind of know how I operate a little bit. So that helps. So someone's not just coming in, out of the blue to have to run things for us defensively. So has it been a little bit of a challenge? It has. The first thing that I did was make sure that I learned their terminology for what matched up with what we were doing. So it was my job to learn all their stuff, because we're not changing their terminology. That's my job to figure that out and to make sure we mirror that with the assistant coaches and able to do that. But, we've been able to do a lot of really good things. Coach Fisher has been outstanding in the back end. I've been able to join up with him to be able to help, because there's a lot of people back there, 2 safeties, 2 corners, a nickel. It's a lot of things going on for us, right? So that's been outstanding. Coach Root has been able to help us a lot in different situations, with whether it be short yards or goal line, to handle that stuff. And then Coach Dawson, once again, just the ultimate pro on how he's handled everything through this moment. So this staff and these players, so proud of. I get one chance to be the D coordinator here, and so I'm very happy I have a chance to be able to do that. I don't like the situation, why I'm in it. There's no coach that ever has that. It's a tough business, and it's true reality TV and how things play out. But again, we signed up for it, so it's not that big a deal. When Coach Joseph asked me to be able to do that, he was comfortable with it because of our time together at LSU. He knows the time I've been lucky that this is my background. I've been defensive coordinator a couple times at Utah State. I was a defensive coordinator and the special teams coordinator at the same time. So it's just kind of part of the deal. So it's kind of fun to be back coaching defense. I've always liked to coach defense, so I'm kind of glad to be back a part of that. So a lot of good things going on. We've had 2 great days, and it was, we had competition Tuesday and turnover Wednesday. So these last 2 days was on in practice for us right there. And as far as how hard you have to practice, how important it is for us right there, the details of it, there's a lot of good on good. And even when we do some form of scout looks, we card it up, and the number 2s are the scouts. And so we run against each other. It gets us better looks for us for game days on Saturday. So a lot of pluses for us right there. I said we've had great weather, good work for us right there. Injury-wise, I feel like we're really healthy for us. And if we did have an injury, I wouldn't tell you, Sipple. But right now we're in good shape for us right there. So I like how our team's responding. Again, the kids, wow, unbelievable how they're responding. And the same thing with the staff. So I can't be more thankful for what those guys have done. So any questions, fire away. The balance out for the good part about it is that Coach Connors has been with me the entire time, and so he's able to jump into that role. We kind of have our things set with how we do it, so I'm able to coach on the field in not like coordinator role, but in my same coaching role. So when we kick over to special teams, then I just click over into that mode. But Coach Connors is able to handle everything as far as, hey, this is what we're doing depth chart wise. He does handle the meeting like that, but when we get into punt, I handle this phase. I help him with these phases for us right there. So we've been very well trained for us right there. I've liked where our special teams is at. There's always some plays out there we can do better with, but I do like how we operate, I do like how we practice, and I like the schemes and what we're doing like that. So we're able to carry those things over. So that's probably the most seamless, because the drill work, the players, all that stuff has all stayed the same. So that part's been pretty good for us right there. But Coach Connors is outstanding for us right there. So it was the perfect move by Coach Joseph to be able to do that.
What was that initial conversation like with Mickey about this change?
I said he felt there was a chance maybe to hear a different voice and a different look for us in that spot to try to get a little bit of momentum back for us. So it wasn't a real long conversation, really. He asked me if I was capable to do that, and I was willing to do that, and I said absolutely. And so that was about all there was to the conversation, really. It wasn't a real in-depth thing of, tell me about this, how are you going to run this, tell me about your third down package, those things. So we've had to work, through some things right there. So again, the biggest thing that we have going for myself and Coach Joseph is all the time together. And obviously, I knew him from when he was a player. So I've been friends with him for 30-some years, and then having a chance to work together in a really good environment. And like I said, so Coach Joseph has done a great job of making it 4th and 1 here, and we live 4th and 1 at LSU every day. So that helps us. So everything's very seamless and very natural for how I know how he wants things done. I know the tempo he wants, and if it's not like that, then it's not going to be cool breeze. It's get it fixed type of deal. What's that?
What does he want?
What does he want for us? He wants a very highly competitive team. That's what he wants. He wants a highly competitive team right there that's bought into exactly what we're doing, and we'll do that.
Hey, Bill, did you want to simplify some things on defense? I mean, a couple of players kind of got at that yesterday. Is that part of what you want to do?
That's the first thing we worked on is how to get lined up fast and how to play as simple as we can. I'd love to play one defense. Everyone in the country would love to play one defense. And that's, hey, we play this and we do this, and that wraps it up for us. There's a lot more to it because there's so many situations like we talk about all the time. I use rooms in a house. I learned this from Coach Gruden. It's like, hey, first and second down, you're in the kitchen. Everything goes on in the kitchen. Third down for us, right? That's a living room. It's a little bit different type of deal like that. The attic, you don't use it much. That's goal line. There's all these different situations that come up. So we try to address things in different phases with them right there. But we are trying to do everything we can to be able to make it as simple as we can to make sure, hey, we get lined up and get our feet set and be able to go. We felt that there was some things that always can improve on communication as we scream at them all the time. And I say scream, we teach at them. The same thing in special teams is that communication breeds confidence. So if we have the right communication, we know we've made the right call. Our communication will breed confidence, and we'll build ourselves up from there.
That sounds really simple, though. Just get the concept of getting your feet set. Why was that not happening?
It was simple. I wasn't in there, in the defensive room at that time for us right there. So I think there's usually a lot of things that go on with it. A lot comes on with the success of the offense. Are they have a big play? Are they lined up fast? Are they going fast? That's one of the things that comes up for us right there. How well are you getting? What's your plan to signal can come up in that area to be able to get that done, to have some idea, hey, this is going to happen fast to it. But I didn't really go backwards on that situation for us right there. I just know that's, and it sounds great, but that's like day one, rule number one. Feet set, communication set. Do our best thing we can to be able to get that done, and then get our best 11 on the field. There's a lot of competition for positions out there right now. Like that. So there's a lot of competition for positions right there. We'll try to, if you're ready to go for us right there, or if at some point in time we feel you haven't played up to where you need to be like that, then you've got to do something different with personnel also. We'll make that adjustment as we go.
Coach, the depth chart shows that you guys are looking at some young guys in the secondary in particular. So are you thinking 4 games for most of those true freshmen, or do you just want to see where it goes?
No, we'll just play him. We'll see where that haul unfolds. There's been zero conversation. Hey, let's play him now, and if we get through 3, we'll talk about it right there. Right now, we're going to get our best 11 on the field, guys that can help us win, and we'll play that out down the road as it goes. Spirited competition, obviously. All those guys want to play. There's a lot going on out there. Like I said, I've always said, I don't know what the number is for the coordinator in Indiana, but most of them are making like 1.5 or 1.8 million a year, so they're really smart. The guys we're going against are really smart. So we got to give our guys a chance to be able to do the best thing we can, because those offensive coaches don't run dumb plays. I've never seen one yet where it's like, this play's just kind of not a very good play. We're going to run it anyway. They're going to run good stuff for us, right? Everything's a problem. Every time the ball snaps, right, when the coach is over, the ball snap right there, everything's hard. So we got to have guys that can handle living in the hard.
What makes Omar Brown a good fit for Nick Hughes at corner with the safety as Allen?
I can kind of answer your own question right there, because he's at corner, so he has a cover skill ability for us right there. Also, Omar's thick enough to be in the run game. Those guys that do multiple things right there. Omar's done a great job to it. That he's been highly successful for us at a different level like that. But he's done a really good job here. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but he did get banged up early. So like during camp, he lost a lot of reps during camp, and sometimes those are hard to catch up on like that. If you're an NFL guy and you're a second round draft pick and you were a Pro Bowler last year like that, and you're injured like that, you probably come back okay pretty fast. When you're just brand new to the program, it takes a lot. But I love what Omar's doing like that. He's a really good person, and he's playing really hard like that, and he'll play in this game on Saturday.
It's been a little bit since you were at Rutgers, but you know the Big Ten. What characteristics make a successful defense, given the identity of this league?
But the simplest thing for that would be gap integrity and tackling. I mean, the number one thing for us right there. It's like if you just looked at the numbers, probably I'm not trying to go backwards. Look at the numbers. Is that we've had a little bit of a failure at both like that, run and pass like that. So you always want to see one-dimensional type of football, but the ability like that to be able to tackle. These guys, like I said, they run. I think they're second in the country in plays per minute. So they're extremely fast. But don't let that confuse you with their physicality, because their running backs are downhill, hard-nosed. They are really good, and everyone runs the same way, and it is downhill tough. So Coach Allen has built the team to be in the Big Ten, and so I'm very, very impressed with them up front with their offensive line. I'm impressed with their run game, the physicality of their running backs. I think that's a full day job against those guys.
Coach Joseph yesterday talked about one-word defensive calls. What's kind of the dynamic with them? Are there difficulties to that? Are there advantages to doing?
There's two things with anytime you have double calls like that. That's like day one football. So the first day I started coaching back in the late '80s, double calls were always in. It's like, hey, if they're in pro, we're in this. If they're in slot, we're in this. Huddle call like here would be we used to run slant 57. If it was 2x2, we're in 5. If it was 3x, if it was a slot, it was in 7. So that's pretty normal. Now the fast part is like that is now where it's so much more difficult is that a 2x2 formation? Is that a 3x1? Is that truly empty? Those things. So you want to try to eliminate as many calls like that, so you don't have a confusion of, well, I thought we were in this and the other person was playing this. That's when you have somebody usually down the field in some sort of a situation like that. So we're going to try to clean that up the best we can.
All good?
Okay, good. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Let's